everyone. Thanks for taking your time and joining this late night. I'm Narasi Sridhar, part of QA practice, supporting platform team, and primarily focused on web services testing and also automation. He's my friend, Vasan.
Hey everyone, my name is Vasan. I've been with Zenitry for 1 year now and the total experience of 7 years in IT. Now that you have had a plethora of API automation and mobile automation, it's time for Desert. Desert is the important meal, so is the automation report. So when it comes to reporting tools for Selenium, there are quite a few reporting tools that are available in the market, such as test engine reports, JUnit, NUnit, depending on the testing framework that we use. And we have extent reports, extent X reports, and so on. Have anyone used extent or extent X reports here for Selenium automation?
Any other reports?
Okay, so extent X, so in Zenitry we chose extent X reports for our reporting framework. And here are a few reasons why. It has a very good capability of adding all the logs that we have in the test engine reports, and it listens to the test engine reports well and adds all the failures and exceptions. And it also has a very good looking UI where it gives a detailed description of where it failed and what the status is of for each and every test inside a test suite. It's open source and it's free, and we can use it. We just have to pin it to our automation framework. And it has a very good capability of storing these automation results, so we can look for an old report and see, okay, it failed in this point of time, in this build. So the history of report was maintained very well. So that's why that is one of the major reasons why we chose extent X reports. And it was easily adaptable in our LT framework. So if you see this snippet here, we just have to use the extent X library, and we can just call the objects and use the classes that they had. So this is the extent X UI, where you'll have the list of reports that ran, and when you click on the reports, you'll have the list of tests on the left side, and the logs that are for the particular test on the right side. Everything was fine until one point where we started having all these challenges. Can you please tell them what the challenges are?
Yeah. A year back from now, if you recollect, so we had around like 1 million tests in our automation log, and then over a period of time, almost the team is growing and everyone started contributing to the automation. So with significant increase, it started impacting the performance of the report. And it took 2 minutes to open a simple report, and then reports with 400 plus test cases would never open, and which was impacting the team productivity because we were diversified at onshore and offshore. And this is the interesting piece, like whenever the report's not working, we used to call our director and say, report's not working. He said he's working on it. And what he was doing is basically, he was taking the backup of the collections, archiving it, and creating a fresh new collection, making it that work for a particular period of time. So he started doing that, starting with 6 months, and then 3 months, 1 month, and he started doing every week. That's not going to work. Because the purpose of the choosing extent X framework, because we want to see a history of all our execution details, which was ideally blowing away. So it was very difficult for us to customize. And we thought, okay, why don't we pitch in and see if we could solve or bring some kind of solution. So first what we thought is like, we looked at all 4 major components. One, starting with infrastructure. In Zenitry we use AWS, and this particular website was hosted on an EC2 instance with 2 servers, and then with load balancer enabled, which is perfectly more than what we needed. And we looked at the automation framework, how we collect the data and we pass on to the for storing, and which was doing what it expected. And then we went ahead and looked at database, how the collections are like segregated, and we looked at indexing. It was perfectly fine. We did notice that there was problem with indexing. We did fix that, but still we didn't get what the result we want. And then finally we looked at the extent X reporting, and we found that that's the problem. The way we fetched the data was a major issue. And second, we are trying to show a lot of data. For that, there was a lot of joins that were used to aggregate the data to show it in the UI. And then there were like a lot of components which were unused, like graphs and other stuff, were loaded all together. So all together we found out, okay, this is a problem and we need to fix it. And Watson, can you explain what did we do?
So, like Narasi pointed out, the issue was not on the framework, not on the reporting framework. It was just how we saw it in the reporting tool. We started off by building a basic lightweight application using Node.js, and we used EJS for front end. So what we did was we loaded up the Node.js server, and the Node.js was responsible for taking all the data from MongoDB and loading up the HTML page. So the main change that we did here was we were mimicking what was there in the database. So the database had 3 different collections, one for reporting, one for testing, and the other one for logging. Same way we had 3 different pages here, one for reporting which will contain the test suite names. If you click on the reports, you will see the different tests for the test suite, and then when you click on a particular test, you will see the logs. So we were not doing any complex joins or aggregations, we were just loading up the particular data from the backend. But this was not enough. We wanted to see what the statuses were from the reporting page itself. So what we did was, we ended up in the same issue where we were not able to join. Node.js took so much time to aggregate all the results and pull up the HTML. So we ended up having the same issue. So we went to the market and we asked, okay, what is the solution for this? And the solution was to have a separate client server which runs on Vue.js or Angular or whatever it is. And we chose Vue.js as the client server. We chose Node.js for the server. So what it will do is Node.js will be responsible for talking to the MongoDB and taking the data. Client server will load up first, and it will ask for the data through API responses through Express framework in Node.js, and the Node.js will take the data and render it back to the components that are available in Vue.js. So Vue.js framework is very nice, and it's very powerful that it binds all the data that comes from the API responses, and it shows up whenever it has the data. And with all the components that we had, in the reporting side, we were able to communicate in the API layer asynchronously, and it was very effective. And we were able to achieve a magnificent looking reporting, where we were able to take all the details from the log, from the test, and show it in the first page itself. So, Narasi, can you tell us what advantages it gave us?
So, the report that you saw said that was completely built by our QA team. So, with this, we were able to achieve 120 times faster performance with all reports loaded in less than a second. And this design was robust and highly scalable. So, if you look at the statistics, we have 4,700 test cases that are running daily using Jenkins, which are scheduled. And then as of today, we have like 2.5 million tests starting Jan with 19 million logs that we are querying now to show the report. And then one thing we made it, all the components are reusable and they are loaded on demand and only required time. And it was very easy to maintain and completely customizable to regulatory needs. And everything was built using open source solutions, using Mongo, Vue.js, Node.js, Express.js, and everything we have done in 3 months of time. Right, so we have done it. So what's next? We are thinking about it. So as an organization, when we grow, quality and metrics are very vital. And to measure ourselves, are we progressing? If not, why? Where we need diverse our efforts. So metrics are very important. So what we thought is like, okay, collect the data, what we're doing, and we're trying to keep up with the report, completely on Excel, to get the automation coverage report, who is doing what, everything in an Excel format. But this was a tedious process, a lot of manual efforts and errors were happening. So we both discussed and we thought like, why don't we solve this problem? Why don't we try an attempt? And why don't we leverage what we have? So, and finally we were able to do some research because we had our manual test cases that are stored in test tray and automation stored in MongoDB. But with API exposed, we were able to connect to those systems and get the same kind of report in an automated way using the reporting application. So this is the report. So now with no manual intervention, nothing, we are able to get the same snapshot of the report on a daily basis using Jenkins and the reporting application and the Node.js, all the APIs that we built all together. And if you look at it, so finally we are able to get a complete automated way of reporting with no manual efforts, no errors. And we are able to get integrated with TestRail, Jenkins, and we could extend this to any other application which expose API. And we are able to generate quality metrics, and we are able to create new reports, whatever the lending tree needs. For example, we added recently top failure report, top exception, and this is an interesting report, bird's eye view report. And then we are able to add a trend graph. We'll show you all these in the demo, but at a high level, and we are able to completely customize according to our lending tree needs. And finally, we ended up with this design. We'll show you a quick demo of the application, but before that, this is what the architecture we ended up. Can you explain, Austin?
Yeah. So this is the architecture, like I said, MongoDB had all the reporting details. The Node.js server will talk to the MongoDB and get all the data. Vue.js is the front-end framework where we will show the data and it will talk to the backend asynchronously using the APIs. We used TestRail APIs and we had a daily job run to get the data from TestRail, store it in the MongoDB. That's how we were able to get all the WSR data and trend graphs. So over to the demo. So this is the home page where you will see the list of test suites that ran. Every time test runs, it will add the data to MongoDB, and this reporting tool will fetch the data from there. So this is a data table that we use, which binds directly to the API response from the Node.js, and it takes the data and puts it up here. These here are separate components because these data are not available in the report collection, but they are available in the test collection. So we pass in the report ID for the particular component, and the component will take care of getting the details from the test, and we were able to show it in the reporting layer itself. So we were not doing any complex joins. We were just solving the issue using different components and using the API layers. So if you click on a particular report, it will give you all the tests that are associated to the particular test suites and the different statuses of it. If you click on the particular, we also added a browser feature which browser this particular test ran. If it's an API test, it will just give you a name. But for any cross-browser test, it will give you the browser that the particular test ran on. And you can also see the history of test. Basically, this particular test, what was the history? If it was failing, you can see, okay, when was the last time it passed? And you can see, you can tell the developers, okay, this time I see that the test passed, and something that you changed on this day is what failed the test. And when you click on the particular test, you can see the different logs on the test that we add in the TestNG test basically. So now if you see, the performance has been improved enormously. We were able to load all the tests, even tests with the 800 tests in a test suite. And yeah, it's a very big log, API log, but still we were able to load them up with no issues. If you go to the other reports.
So you also have an option to drill down. So if you look at the component which is on the right side, you have parse, fail, and skip. And if you want to go directly to the failed test cases, you can just click on that and it will take you just to the failed test cases.
So this is the test coverage chart that Narasi showed. So this is the weekly status of it. You will see what is the percentage of automation.